Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Okay, while everybody is coming in, I do want to let y'all know that I have reviewed Bridgerton. Well, the first part is dropped. I'm dropping the second part tomorrow. Okay. I'm also going to be dropping my Fenty review. In case y'all didn't know, Fenty sent me some products. And actually I did my hair today with Fenty products. And I don't think the lighting is doing it any justice. Maybe if I back up some, y'all can see how defined my curls are. I used probably like half because I couldn't use them all at the same time. But I've used majority. I think I'm gonna wait and use at least the gels before I make the video. But yeah, make sure y'all look forward to that coming. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be out this week. And also I'm gonna be dropping another video just about all the hoopla and controversy around Fenty hair and what everybody's been saying, because y'all know I have to do my commentary video too, and kind of like not compare it to Sacred, but it's just been compared to Sacred. So kind of like the juxtaposition, how people receive both of them. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the content for this week. Hey Tyronda, hey Janelle. I already, as y'all know, I dropped my perfect match video. If y'all haven't seen my official review for the last episode, y'all can check that out. But in this live, I've just been seeing a lot of updates or people spilling tea, people trying to give their side. And I thought, like, why not do a live talking about some of this stuff? They just so messy. And they also posted an update as to where the couples are today, and we're gonna discuss that as well. I don't think any of it will be a surprise. Hi Kayla. Hi Resty. Have you seen Christine? I did see her video. We could talk about that too. I kind of had it on in the background, so I don't remember every single thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like some of the things that Christine was saying was kind of convenient. So I wasn't really gonna bring it up. But whatever she said about Micah and Aara, right? Not Alana. Whatever she said about them, I believe it 100%. Because we already seen Micah be a mean girl before. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here so we can talk about everything that's going on. Last season, before we officially get into it, last season, I don't know. Last season, it just didn't seem like there was this much going on. Like, maybe because majority of the people on this show. Okay, so let's compare like people that are on the perfect match versus something like Love is Blind. I saw a TikTok earlier of this man saying how people that are on Love is Blind more so present as regular people, whereas people on shows like this, Too Hot to Handle, Love Island, shows like that, they kind of have that influencer filter. Like with the way they act, they don't move like they're moving strategically. They're moving very strategically and doing things to try to stay in the house and being manipulative and things like that. Whereas when you drop people over into this show from A Love is Blind, for instance, Micah, she could not take the way the game is set up. You know what I'm saying? She felt like Kaz was cheating on her in a way. And even with Jess, it was the same way. And even with what's his name? Child, I don't know why I'm going blank on everything right now, but Izzy, even Izzy, like the way he was. And somebody told me that Izzy and Kaz were the same age, or Kaz was older than Izzy. I was like, because Izzy definitely has a demeanor of somebody that is much older. But then again, like I said, he moves more so like a regular everyday 30-year-old. Whereas Kaz, he's moving, even though he's older, he's moving like his early 20s. Okay. So that was an interesting perspective of this show. I even think with Tolu, I feel like Tolu was just, I don't feel like she understood the game. And the fact, and even though she's watched previous seasons, like it just didn't click to her that Dom was using her in order to be in the house and stay in the house. It didn't click with her that Chris was pretty much doing the same thing. And that's something else Christine said in her video. She said that Chris pretty much said that he was using Tolu to stay in the house. He said that behind the scenes. He didn't say that on camera. But I believe it. I believe it. I believe all of that. She also said that that day when the men and women were separated and then they brought in like the bombshells, that majority of the men were not being faithful. I guess you could use the word faithful. They weren't being as goody two shoes as they were pretending to be. That Steven was touching all over Xanthi. That who else? She said somebody else. She said pretty much everybody was acting up except for Justin. And that confirms to me, I truly feel like Justin really did like Malfoy. I can't remember. Elise. I feel like he truly did like her. And I feel like, once again, he was all in and he was taking this seriously. Whereas Elise was playing the game, and a lot of times Elise was just trying to get revenge or being vindictive. And, he was like kind of like collateral damage, and she just completely brushed him to the side when she didn't need him anymore. When she found somebody that she was more attracted to, or somebody that was on her same, just playing the game level. I feel like her and Brighton were like a perfect match in that way, for sure. I called it Justin was innocent and the men were on the I believe it. I believe it. And she pretty much said that she felt like the editing presented her in a way that she was being more thirsty on Kaz. And I don't know, to a certain extent, girl, you did it. Like you did it. And then even in the moment, it's like he didn't kiss you back. So you were kind of being a little thirsty. But Justin was cute too. He was. I felt bad because I'm like, if the fact that he didn't show up at all, like he didn't show up to the finale at all, I feel like he was hurt for real, because at least you're going to show up to get that check. Because don't they get paid by episode or something like that? I don't know. But another thing that I'm still mind blown about, I was just talking about this with my friend the other day. I can't believe that the prize was a trip. Like a trip. Y'all doing all this strategy. That doesn't make any sense to me. Y'all are doing all this strategy. Y'all are jumping from person to person, trying to stay in the house. And I guess like maybe you're doing that in order to have screen time. Maybe that's, you just want to have as much screen time as possible so you can get as much clout as possible. But I just don't understand the point of pretending to like somebody and their feelings are getting invested, that they are catching feelings for you, and you're playing upon that, you're stringing them along in order to get to the end and put on a good enough front for the rest of the people in the house to see or believe that y'all are a real couple, so they'll vote for you so that you'll win. And what you're winning is a trip. Y'all, I thought it was money. Like, the way these people were acting so thirsty for camera time and just stay in the house, I thought these people were winning at least $50,000. I really did. Like, what is that about? And low key, Netflix is being very cheap with that. A trip? What? I thought there was money involved. I think a lot of us did. I believe the prize last season was also a trip. I don't know why in my mind, maybe I just put that there. Maybe I just conjured that up. But I could have sworn. Let me see. Let me make sure. I'm going to Google it. Let me see. Was the prize ever explained? I think it was a trip last season. There's a lot of people talking about it on Reddit. I think because there are so many shows that are similar, maybe we got it confused. Possibly. I think the screen time might have to do with the increasing followers on social media. Oh, for sure. For sure. Because I'm looking at some people that I followed or I looked at their page in the beginning of the season versus now, and their followers and engagement definitely shot up. Especially if you were like a fan favorite, like, Jessica, her Clout plan worked because getting with Harry definitely shot her followers and her engagement up. And plus, she got kind of like the sympathy edit. A lot of people feel bad for her because she's a single mother, and she was on her high horse or whatever. So that, oh, you deserve better. So a lot of people went and followed her for that, even though I'm like, y'all can't see through that. I feel like since Jessica has appeared on this show, she's been pretty transparent to me that she just wanted to be on TV. This is the most unserious dating show. It's all for clout. All for clout. They're not even doing it for money, y'all. I wonder how much money they get paid an episode. I bet you it's not even that much, because on reality shows, they really scrape the bottom of the barrel when it comes to getting paid. Very unserious show. Chris said that the second group they came in the house all decided to vote Christine and Nigel out of spite. I saw that too. I saw that all of the people that were voted out or never really made it into the house, they all made a pact to vote for Nigel and Christine out of spite, because they didn't want any of the other couples to win. But at the end of the day, after seeing the updates, which I'm about to play the updates, y'all, because after seeing the updates, I'm not even mad. I'm not mad. It's not like, anyway. And just like Jessica Wu said, a black woman could never. I watched one of her videos. I really don't like to watch other people's reviews because I don't want it to influence me. But I watched that particular video where she was talking about how if Jessica were a black woman, she definitely would not get all the praise. She definitely wouldn't get all the coddling that she gets. Okay. Hey. She definitely wouldn't have gotten that edit. And way more people would be saying she didn't have no business doing back-to-back reality shows, leaving her child at home. Now, personally, this is how I feel about it. I think as far as Love is Blind goes, the reason I didn't agree with her doing that show is because at the end of that show is possibly a marriage, and you are essentially marrying a stranger, someone you barely know. And that's one thing to subject yourself to that. You know what I'm saying? Some could argue it's selfish to subject your family to it, because when you marry somebody, that's now your in-law. You know what I'm saying? Like it's selfish. And so for you to subject your child to a stranger you don't even know, I'm sure you have your child at least half the time. So for you to get married to somebody, possibly get married to somebody and have them around your child, you barely know them. I didn't agree with that when I first did the cast, before I even saw the show, and I saw her name on the cast and I saw that she was a single mother. I didn't agree with it from the moment I saw that. So for that show in particular, absolutely not. Now, for Perfect Match, now I feel like that's a little bit more, I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit more debatable. I don't see anything wrong with single mothers being able to date, right? But then when you get on here and you date someone like Harry, it's just not, it's not a good example. And then he's on here talking about, yeah, I want to be a stepfather for your child. I want to do better for Autumn. Why does he even have your child's name in his mouth? I like when he would say stuff like that, when she would bring up her child, it made me cringe. It made me cringe so bad, because like, why are you involving your child? Like, it's one thing for you to let him know you have a child, and like, if we're gonna take this seriously, you know, you need to keep that in mind. But to use that as a tool to manipulate on both of their parts, I felt very uncomfortable with that. So with that being said, I just went off on a whole tangent. I'm gonna go ahead and play the updates. I'm not gonna put the picture on screen because Netflix can be very finicky about that kind of thing. But we'll listen to what happened. Okay, so first let's start off with since we were already talking about Jessica and Harry, let's start off with them.
I got a feeling it was like the right person, wrong time, and wrong location. We probably shouldn't have met on a dating show. I feel like we would have had more of more luck if we met in real life. But yeah, we gave it a shot after the show. It just it didn't work out, but we still have an amazing relationship, and I think the world of it.
My relationship with Harry after the show was interesting. You know, we kind of wanted to see what life would be like outside of the show together. So we tried that, and we did our best. That didn't work, but it was great. And we're on good terms, and yeah, wish him the best.
I wouldn't say I regret anything, because you know, part of life is growing, and I think the best thing about the show is it was filmed so long ago, and I get an opportunity to look back at the human I was.
Blah blah blah. So not only did Harry cheat on her on the show with Melinda, after Melinda tried to tell Jessica and she got all loud and hype with Melinda, but then when it came to him, oh, he's still a good man, he's just not ready. And still to this day, he's a good man. What, I don't know how true it is, but what I heard is that when he was on Dancing with the Stars, he was messing around with his dance instructor. So how good of a man can he be? Like, and this is why people really, either she's just the ultimate pick me, or she's the ultimate clout chaser, or both. Because what? Like, why do you, she had literally has no smoke. You don't have any sort of shade, any sort of read after he broke your heart, after he did you dirty. Like, Harry would have used and abused Jess in real life. Thank God he didn't meet her without an audience. Stoops to give him a chance. For you to feel like, I don't know, it's just her demeanor. Like, if she didn't come across as holier than thou and the way she speaks to people, then, okay, I probably wouldn't come down as hard, but she really just acts like she's above it all, but you choose Harry. Like, girl, please. And then when she was arguing with Melinda, telling her to be a lady, I just did not like, oh. And I almost forgot about this, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it right now since I'm thinking about it. There was this interview with Tolu, Micah, Xanthi, and Jess. And she was shading Tolu the entire time. And I'm going to play this too.
I wouldn't. Messy. This is exciting. I like this. And so when they call, watch Jess's reaction. Watch Jess's reaction. I need the sauce, the flavor, and the juice, and I bring it all. And I bring it all. So when I got called to.
So speaking of being sent on dates, the date with Dom was rather great, right? You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be real with you. I was pissed at Dom for hitting you with the explore your options line. I don't know what that was, but
I'm sorry. I feel so validated. Yeah.
Why is she trying to police Tolu? Why is she acting like the way Tolu is reacting is crazy, or like she just unhinged or something? She just has a lot of personality. And I really do feel like Jess feels like threatened if she's not the main character of the room. And Tolu is just a big personality. She has a lot of main character energy, ironically. And I feel like in a way she's threatened or something, because why are you policing the way this woman reacts? There's more. Look at why is she doing that?
Talk to me about that moment. What? He's talking about explore his other options. So first and foremost, I was just confused. Oh, sorry. Did you hear that? Let's be posh.
Now, exactly what she was finna say was, now Tolu feels like she has to reel it in. Now Tolu feels like, oh, I can't be as loud and boisterous as I want to be because here's just, oh, I can't believe her. Oh.
Need to be posh because of the way Jess reacted to her. Let me gather myself. Let me be proper.
I didn't ask for all the commentary.
Mind you, this conversation in real life was literally 3 hours long. Sandy, am I lying? It was more like 6. It was the longest conversation I've ever had in my life. We were sitting on that chair for 8.
What's so funny?
And so you're telling me that you want to, I have to go. You genuinely like
leave.
Do y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Conversation I've ever had in my life. We were sitting
and
on
look
that
at
Micah.
She in on it too.
You're telling me that you want to, I have to go. You genuinely like me, blah blah blah. What? You genuinely like me, blah blah blah. You want to explore this connection, and then that same the leg pat. Tolu is talking. Listen to her, but no. You turn around and tell me that you want to explore other options. I said, whoa. Why the hell did you have me sitting down for 6 hours just saying some bull stuff then? Anyway. I'm so done. So, real life, I just feel like, at the end of the day, I don't look
What is her problem? Like, what's wrong with her?
Really and I love that. I love when people show their real faces. Because Dr. Jekyll is one thing, but Mr. Hyde was a completely different thing. Oh my God. So, yeah.
All of that is uncalled for. You would have thought Tolu was cussing everybody out. You would have thought she was pulling like some sexy red type of shenanigans. She was literally just telling her side of the story in a very expressive way. And that reeks of microaggressions. For sure. For sure. Because I don't see her doing that to Xanthi. Xanthi also has a big personality. And, she says what's on her mind, too. She calls people out. And I don't think that just would... Oh, my God. Tolu! Oh, my God. Ooh. Turn around to Micah. Can you believe her? Like, I was very turned off by that. And that interview really started making its rounds. And now every time, because I've been looking at Tolu's page, now every time I look at Tolu's comment section, here's Jessica with fire emojis or, talking about how much she loves Tolu. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We are not. None of that reverse PR is working on me. I don't care if Olivia Pope herself told you to do that. After watching that interview, that showed your exact true colors of how you truly felt about Tolu. I hope Tolu went back and watched that herself and seen the way that you were acting when she was speaking, because nothing Tolu did or said was inappropriate. You're entitled to your feelings and how you wanted to react to the situation. She's entitled to hers. And I feel like a part of it is, like I said, Tolu is kind of like a breakout star of this season. And I feel like even though Jessica is like a fan favorite for a lot of people, I feel like she sees that Tolu is getting a lot of camera time and getting a lot of the attention. And it's got to be a little jealousy in there. Because why are you trying to tone her down? Tone police her. Tell her to calm down. And I don't want Tolu to ever dim her shine for anybody, especially her. Alara has a big personality too. Exactly. A bunch of mean girls. Let Tolu continue to feel the awkward silence. She only has rehearsed quips. Meanwhile, Tolu has an actual personality outside of being high maintenance. That's why the show was born. Exactly. What did Jessica really do on the show besides being cheated on? And she used that whole situation with Melinda to try to, have a moment. But outside of that, she gave nothing. She looked like a weak pick-me running after this guy that everybody told her was no good. Like, really? What? I mean, seriously, she gave nothing. She just stood there. Right. So, okay, let's get back to the updates. I just had to share that because I did not like it. Okay, who's next? Okay, this is Micah and Kaz.
My relationship with Micah is non-existent. The last message I got from her was she truly hates me.
I think my relationship with Kaz after the show ended was pretty on par with how it was on the show. It was very quick-lived, a roller coaster. I wouldn't say it lasted long. I don't know if anyone's super shocked by that.
We had a little argument which escalated, and it kind of turned into finding out a bit of information. She thought that I had kissed another participant on the show. I saw messages from her phone, obviously because she was holding it in front of her, from someone, I won't say names, and it was like leading to something. So I was like, obviously it didn't mean anything.
He talks in circles. Get to the point.
I didn't kiss the person.
The last time I saw Kaz, it was some heated final moments. We decided not to move forward. Kaz was doing Kaz things, and I found out about the Kaz things. You want a match tonight?
Mm-hmm. So we want
a match.
So that's that for them. I don't think anybody's shocked that him and Micah didn't work. Mind you, all of these couples are like international. Like the distance between them is a whole Atlantic Ocean. Is it Pacific? Atlantic? Oh, y'all, I'm embarrassed. Which one is it? They live all the way across the pond. Okay? Like we're not shocked that The relationships didn't work. And plus, Micah, you were very insecure the entire time y'all were in that house anyway. And whether that man kissed somebody or not, let's say he did. We'll go with the fact that he did. I wonder who it was. Probably was Holly. Let's say that he did. You had every single sign to not move forward. You didn't like the way he was moving in the house. So why did you think it was going to work outside of the house? Britain. Oh, it could have been Britain too. It could have been Britain. I always call her the pink-haired girl. I almost didn't know who he was talking about just then. All right, let's move on to Elise and Brighton.
My relationship with Elise right after the show, it got a little rocky fairly quick, only because I started to see a personality that
he has cornrows now
on screen.
So after we finished filming, everything was great, and very randomly and unexpectedly, I got ghosted, which is fine. I mean, I feel like maybe the distance was like a big factor in it. I was just as confused as anyone else, but you know, things happen for a reason, and I think that was a very good thing that happened.
Yeah, the last interaction was me not responding to any
He's
of the
such a
texts.
jerk.
I have nothing but good things to say about Elise for her future. I hope everything goes well. I hope her reality TV career, anything she chooses goes well. But with me,
for me, I really learned that a lot of people maybe weren't there for the right reasons.
And the thing they didn't include in this was both of them are now in a relationship with someone else. Is anybody shocked that he just completely ghosted her? Like, no. Y'all choose a jerk. Y'all choose a man that come in, argues with all the women, and like somebody pointed out in my comment section, constantly calling other men handsome. Every time we turn around, oh yeah, he's the most handsome guy in the house. Okay. Another international relationship, like fake gasp. Not Brighton and Elise, especially since y'all got together at the last minute too. Like y'all got together the day before Christine and Nigel did. So like, come on, let's not act. Elise probably could have won if she would have stuck with Justin. If she would have just stuck with Justin, she probably could have won. Not gonna lie, Brighton was killing it with the braids. Maybe they too tight. He can't run his mouth too much. Good luck to his old lady. Elise would have gotten played. Like, I don't. No, for real. Like, Dominique, she said a word when she said that he likes Elise because she doesn't challenge his ego. I completely agree with that. I don't know. Even when talking about this, she had more smoke from. This is why I don't understand about Elise, because Elise really was like, I'm not gonna say the villain of the season, the main villain, but she was a villain. She has so much smoke for Micah. She never let go of the fact that Micah set Harry up with Jessica and he ended up leaving her. She blames her the whole time, okay? And is still trying to get payback. That's one of the main reasons why she got with Brighton in the first place, is to throw it in Micah's face. She has all this smoke for them, for her. But where's her smoke for Harry? Where's her smoke for Brighton? I don't get it. I agree, Elise was an undercover villain for real. I didn't like her on the show. That's why I said she was like Malfoy. By the head and by her behavior. I'll admit Elise probably counted her losses and realized she couldn't win against Harry and his cohort of what? Cats? Yeah. So, I don't know. We knew that wasn't going to work. Okay, who's next? Let's just do Christine and Nigel, because we really didn't even see enough for them to we didn't even see enough of them to be invested for real, but okay.
Oh my God, really?
After the show ended, we were on the phone for hours, trying to get to know each other more, figuring each other out. She's in LA.
They couldn't even get to know each other on the show. They weren't on there long enough.
It's rocky. I think we're still trying to figure it out.
My relationship with Nigel now, it's done. You know, I try to interfere and like, you know, suggest us to couples therapy and just do things.
Couples
that would help the
therapy?
relationship, but nothing was just sticking.
After the show ended, Christine and I's relationship, it was okay for a little bit. She basically kind of just broke my trust with her, and it was so hard to get back with her. We tried to work on it, but I forgive, but I can never forget, so we just called it off.
He called me on no caller ID this morning just to make sure that we were
She looks like a different person.
Make sure that we're on good terms because, you know, obviously he wants everything to look good for the cameras. It was bad. Like, I was on three-way FaceTime with his ex yesterday, so I do want to match with you.
Oh my God, really?
Okay, so I did watch her video. She did say they tried to make it work for 9 months. But y'all went to couples therapy? If you have to go to couples therapy within 9 months of being with somebody, y'all cut your losses. Let it go. Let it go. Y'all, you trying to force something that it just isn't there. Like, you should be in your honeymoon phase within 9 months. Not therapy. Right, honeymoon. Yeah, you don't go to therapy during your honeymoon phase. Like, y'all don't even have enough foundation to go to therapy to try to work on it. Their stories didn't match at all. They did have two completely different stories. I really want to know what happened that was so bad. He's like, I can't go back. I just can't go back to that. She said she blocked him, and it was on a 3-way phone call with his ex. If it comes to all of that, therapy, got to talk to the ex on 3-way, unforgivable things I can't let go within 9 months, cut your losses. It's done, okay? It's done. So the couple's trip was still just as awkward as if one of the matches went. I heard couples counseling and thought she cheated. That's what it feels like. Something he said, something unforgivable happened. That's what he said, that he just couldn't get past. Yeah, if you get cast for perfect match, just play the game. Looking for love is a waste of time. Wrong show for that. For sure. Mind you, Christine looks like a different person. Every time she changes her hair, I'm like, who is that? Every single time. But okay, let's move on to Aara and Ste. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm not mouth on the floor shocked, but I didn't think it was gonna go down like this.
Oh my God. After the show, we went on holiday and it was amazing. He promised me that we'd go on we'd be together and we'd get an apartment, and then it just, he ghosted me.
Aara and I have not carried on our relationship outside the show. Honestly, just didn't have time to carry on a relationship, let alone one that was overseas. I was going to bed, she would wake up. Had to get back to real world stuff, and it was just wrong time. So we have not carried on the relationship. Haven't spoken much, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it was hard because I've never been ghosted. I normally ghost, but when someone ghosts me, I'm like, oh, this is not normal, okay? I don't want to get emotional. I was ready to move to LA, or he was ready to come to London, and we were looking at apartments. He sent me a massive paragraph saying he deserves so much better, like, I'm not in the right headspace right now, I've got so much going on, and obviously, what am I going to do? I'm going to block him. So that's what I did.
So what do you mean on that?
Oh my God.
This man said he ghosted her because he didn't have time for a relationship. Why did you? I knew. Now, well, I should have known. Whenever those receipts came out on Harry and Ste and all the rest of them, I don't know what happened. I ain't see nothing. And then receipts came out. And Ste was sitting right there when he said that he wanted to get Melinda pregnant. and you was sitting there the whole time. I should have knew right then and there. They're cut from the same cloth. And he fooled me because I was, in my mind, I'm thinking he's doing all of this for her, cooking her breakfast, creating these little special moments for her. I'm thinking he's a simp. I'm thinking, he's like a dom type of guy and was going all out for her, and because she said that he wasn't her type. So I'm like, she's doing all of this because she wants to be on the show, whatever. I'm thinking she's the one playing him, when in actuality, he was love bombing her the whole time. He was love bombing her the whole time. And completely ghosted her afterwards. So you did all that reeling in. You did all that cooking for her, creating special dates, doing s'mores. You did all that for what? And like I said earlier, Christine did say when they were not in the women's presence, those men were acting up. And she said that he was all over Xanthi when they were not in each other's presence. And remember what Xanthi said at the finale. She said, enjoy it while it lasts. She said it. She said it. And everybody thought she was hating. Everybody thought she was doing them. Oh, Xanthi. Oh, girl. She wasn't lying. She was not lying. Did all that fake simping just to lose. And you did all that fake simping just to get a fake trip. Just to get a trip. I still can't get over that. Like, y'all are not winning money. Y'all are winning a trip. What's the point of faking like you like someone in order to go on a trip with them? Steven and Chris were all over Xanthi at the C-note. Like tiny brunettes. And he was talking to Brighton too. I forgot Christine said that too. Cause pink hair girl, that's his type. You could tell. They both a little I don't want to say emo, but they on the alternative side of things. So I could see him wanting her too. She is so sweet and genuine to him too. All of them are full of it. All of the men. And I'm just looking at them. I'm like, y'all have the nerve to look like that and act like that. Half of the attractiveness to majority of them is like height. I feel like Kaz probably is the most attractive one. I'm trying to think. Steven would be all right if he didn't have all those tattoos. The tattoos kind of take away, in my opinion. All right. Finally, I saved Tolu and Chris for last.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Tolu and I kind of parted ways.
First of all, he don't even say her name right. He don't even say her name right. Y'all want to act like y'all were in love. Well, I'm not going to say Tolu because I feel like Tolu really did feel like she wanted to be with him. But you claim you was in love at that finale. You can't even pronounce this woman's right. You can't even pronounce this woman's name right. How hard is it to say Tolu? How hard is it to say Tolu? I don't know. Sometimes that feels like a microaggression because y'all find a way to say Schwarzenegger and Xanthi, but y'all can't say Tolu. This is somebody you're around every day for like a week or two. I don't know how long they're there. You can't learn how to say this woman's name, and you're literally sleeping in the room with her. Y'all remember that night Izzy was so drunk he could barely stand up? Tolu said that was because she made him drink every time somebody pronounced her name wrong. And that man got so drunk, he barely could stand up. He barely could walk and keep his eyes open and speak. He was slurring all his words. I bet Chris was the main source of Izzy's shots. He had me thinking I was crazy because I started to hear different variations throughout the show. See, I'm one of those people I respect, because I feel like at the end of the day, it comes down to respect. Do you respect me enough to get my name right? If you don't even respect me enough to get my name right, we can't be together. We can't be together. Because I purposefully, when I hear a name that is uncommon, I purposefully listen to the way that they say it. I try to listen to it a couple of times. I try to say it a couple of times and get it in my mind correctly before I just go out and say it. But like I said, I'm just reviewing the show. You're around this person all the time, 24 hours a day, every day. You can't get her name right. That made me mad. That made me mad. If you look at them at the last show, they went to kiss but didn't. I heart Tolu. She deserves so much better. She does. But let me play this.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Tolu and I kind of parted ways. We didn't end up on the best terms.
How was my relationship with Chris after the show wrapped? What relationship?
We were definitely a perfect match. So, that was unfortunate that how things kind of ended. Apparently, she heard some negative feedback from my side of things.
Don't blame other people.
Kind of annoying because she didn't really trust, what I was saying about everything. But she kind of just listened to everyone else.
I feel like the curtains opened and, you saw the man behind the curtain. I didn't like the man behind the curtain.
We kind of came to a mutual decision that long distance is probably not going to work out for us.
Chris, you're probably going to look back at this and realize that you fumbled, baby, not bag. It's giving suitcase. It's giving excess luggage. You just fumbled that. And I hate that for you, but I love that for me.
I love that line. I hate that for you, but I love that for me. Okay. And what I didn't like is that Chris is trying to come in here and say, she let other people get in her head. No, we heard what came out of your mouth to Xanthi. We saw that on camera. And she ran back and told on you, and you started crying. And you pulled on her heartstrings, and she didn't. I just feel like she didn't want to see the truth at that point. And Christine said that he straight up told somebody, I forgot who she said. He just straight up said that he was using Tolu to stay in the house. I believe every word. I believe every word. Because especially towards the end, it was harder for him to keep up the facade when she would be all excited. Because, Tolu does have a lot of energy. And so when she would be all hype and excited, it looked like it was irritating him. But he was holding back. That's what I was getting. And he was playing the game. And honestly, out of all of the cast, people in the cast, I do see Tolu posting. I see Jazz. I see them posting, but I see him spilling the most tea and talking about the show and talking about why him and Tolu should have won over Christine and Nigel, and trying to say somebody on the show had a boyfriend coming into it. And he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. He wants to be seen. He wanted the clout. He wanted the screen time. We never liked the man behind or in front of the curtain. Maybe it's for the better they broke up. These guys this season was not the best. Tolu, live your best life. And find somebody who will really appreciate you for you. And that's another thing she said on her page. I came across one video where people were being rude to her and telling her, well, why would you come on a show like this? And, you know, with your hair cut low, and why would you not wear a wig? And why would you, you know, wear certain things that you wore? She was like, I definitely could have came in with a 40-inch bust down middle part, okay, with all the Fashion Nova dresses and everything. But she wanted to present herself as herself. She wanted to find somebody who would like her for her. Unfortunately, girl, this ain't the show to find somebody genuine at all. At all. It's very superficial. And I hate that for her. But I respect the fact that she did show up as her authentic self, because it would have been easy for her to throw a wig on. Like, that would have been a lot more digestible for a lot of these men. But why do that? I don't trust what Chris says because he lied to her so boldly after the beach day. I was trying to defend him then, but it was on camera. He knows how to weaponize sympathy like Harry and Kaz. Nobody is shocked about keep in touch. Right. Why would you say for somebody that you love, why would you say, yeah, we're going to keep in touch? And then he tried to explain that away by saying, like, well, all of the other couples were, you know, their long distance were international. And so, you know, it would have been easier for Tolu and him to keep in touch because I believe he's in California and she's in Texas. I don't care. Like, keep in touch is not the word that you use for the person you love. I would, like, me and my boyfriend were long distance for a long time. I never used the phrase, oh yeah, we keep in touch. Absolutely not. We legit only liked him in relation to Tolu. People literally didn't like him until the lap dance and the bye comment and the be, oh yeah. People were turned off by him. I forgot. And we got to see them be cute. She gave him the temporary effects. Did. Pinky, you've been on it with the content. Keep feeding us. I'm trying so hard to keep that content going, y'all. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm almost at 85K. And I really want to try to hit 100,000 by the end of this year. I know that, I don't know if it can happen, but I'm going to try to make it happen. I'm going to try to put out the content, as much content as I can, and just keep it coming because I really do want to grow. But thanks for rocking with me. He knew better than to blame Tolu like the rest of the guys because she will read him like Dom. He's smart a little bit. Okay, because rom-com Dom, he got read down. Oh yeah, that's another thing I could since we plan some behind the scenes. Now, y'all, this does not change my opinion at all. But I do want to play this because I did see this. It was a deleted scene from that boardroom between Tolu and Dom. And I just want to see what y'all think about it.
And from the jump, I apologize. You deserve better than what I have been giving you.
Oh, for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think the words that I've said and what I've been trying to get across to you has been, I haven't done that in the right way, and I'm in my head. And I'm sorry that you were
collateral damage.
That you were a collateral damage as a part of that. I apologize for that. And I do truly hope that moving forward, whoever you decide to go with does a way better job than how I handled this with you in these past couple of days.
And so thank you for that. That was very mature. And I'm sorry that, our conversation did get a little bit heated, but at the end of the day, Dom, I do believe it or not, I do like you as a person. It just whatever. I recognize everything that you've been through. I sympathize with it. And Like, I do like you as a person. I do value your opinions.
First of all, I want to say I hear you. I know that I hear you as well. And contrary to belief, I do like you. I do want you to find love. I do care about you. I do think you're a beautiful person, a beautiful soul.
Too nice.
I'm sorry that I'm such a little shit, pessimistic.
I didn't realize he said that.
Come over here. Let's do this together. Just bring Jake in there.
And with that, lock it in.
Just lock that in. It's gonna be good. Maybe they'll give you another cooking day. You take it back to you.
Like the video, y'all. And can y'all believe people are in the comments going in on Tolu, saying that Tolu was wrong for villainizing him and making him seem like the bad guy. He didn't do anything wrong. Even before I saw this clip, I don't think that Dom did anything wrong. Dom literally said in that clip that he treated her bad and she did not deserve the way he was acting towards her. Mind you, this was after she read him. She had to read him down in order for him to even admit that. And yes, after that, he apologized. I guess you get credit for apologies, okay? But that does not erase him treating her bad, gaslighting her about it, acting like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, trying to push her on someone else, using her, knowing you never had any interest in her. You saw how much she enjoyed that date, how highly she spoke of him on that date, and how she felt like they had such a strong connection. And you played upon that. I don't care if you did say, I'm going to explore. You played upon that. You used her so you could be in that house for a few nights. And like Faye said, then when she called you out and you was backed into a corner, there was nothing you could, it's only so much defensive you can be. You apologize for getting caught. And he has a nasty streak to him, because even that scene with Harry, remember when Tolu went ahead and matched with Chris, and he was trying to get Aara, but he couldn't because Steven already had his clutches on Aara. And he was talking to Harry about it, and he kind of gave this little backhanded comment towards him saying, well, if they were looking for genuine people, then why are you here? I thought that was a little ugly, even though I don't like Harry, and he's right, but you're throwing shade like that's your bestie, but you throwing shade in front of his girl because you got to go home. Not just in general because you're calling your friend out and holding him accountable. In general, no, because you're going home, you're gonna be salty and say something nasty about him. Yeah. Dom let his preference play him both seasons, but had the nerve to play Tolu. Child, and nobody wanted Dom. Now, somebody did correct me in the comments, or tried to correct me, and say that Aara wanted him. When I said nobody wanted him, Aara can flirt all day long, but she never matched with him. Nobody else in that house gave Dom the time of day enough to want to match with him. It just didn't happen. So the only other person that would ever give you a chance was Tolu. And you treated her, you took all of your frustration out on her. When that wasn't her fault, didn't nobody else want to match with you. Tolu mentioned an inside joke in the house about, wow, Dom must really hate you. What? That isn't bullying. That is anti-Black and misogynistic. He came back and did the exact same thing. I didn't know about that. The running joke in the house is Dom must really hate you. I really hate that. I really hate that she had to experience that. And they just joking and laughing about it. Ain't nobody checking him or nothing. Like, that's why I don't respect none of them. I don't respect none of them. Dom has brief moments of sincerity, like when he was talking to Harry about being careful with single mothers. He still has a lot more work. And is that the problem? Because he did mention how the boyfriends that his mother had really messed him up. And I can believe that. I truly can believe that. But don't take that on every Black woman in your life because of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it always comes back to mommy issues. When Dom called out Harry but was supposed to be his friend, Dom wanted Jessica. Harry sold him out for Steven and he was angry. I could totally see that. I could totally see that exact scenario. I know he wanted Jessica. Like, even when they were sitting down and having that one-on-one conversation and he was like, yeah, I love that you're a single mother and all that. Mm-hmm. Would you love it if it was a Black woman on the show and she was a single mother? Would you see it in that same way? Or would you be judging her for being there in the first place? Aara likes Black men. Wasn't about Dom. So she has a fetish. I want someone to ask Tolu if she saw season 1. I think she did. I think that's why she was so excited to be matched up with Dom. But I don't know why that is, because clearly Dom wasn't attracted to the Black women on his season. So yeah, that didn't make any sense. Dom is stupid. That's all. Lost the best thing he'll ever get in the show for being himself. Baby boy behavior. Yep. Child, let me make sure. Is that all? Let me make sure I talk about everything I wanted to. Y'all, my guilty pleasure. I'm gonna tell y'all what my guilty pleasure has been lately before I get off of here. My guilty pleasure to watch on YouTube, don't tell anybody, but my guilty pleasure to watch on YouTube is the red balloon pop videos. I don't know what happened, because I told myself I was never gonna watch one of them videos. But that guy that was, what was he? A plumber, and he went viral last week because he was being nasty to the girls in that line and was going in on them, on their looks and everything. And he ended up losing his job because of it. That sent me down a rabbit hole. But anyway, I was not feeling down for the jump. Hated the way he did. Ooh, me too. Don't get me started on Dom. I could really go in. I'm not in the mood. Somebody said the balloon videos are this generation's next. Like, mind you, I've seen people like on both sides handle it very well. They're not all just trying to one up each other and being nasty about it, because I feel like that's the ones that go viral. But I've seen a few that when it was mature people on both ends, they could come to the conclusion that we are just not compatible. We're just not a match. And, you know, when she goes and asks them, why did you pop your balloon? And they give a good reason. They give a legitimate reason. Well, you said that you didn't want kids. I want kids. Or you said that you don't like to go to the gym, and I like to go to the gym every morning. Like different things that make people incompatible. That's what I like to see. I'm not necessarily trying to watch a man get butt hurt and turn around and say, well, I wasn't interested in you anyway. Like that's secondhand embarrassment. Yes, it can be very much, especially when the person. Now, what is embarrassing to me the most about that situation, and I would never go on this show because I do not have a humiliation kink. I can't take it. I would be very hurt if, as soon as I step out in front of y'all and people started popping, I'm leaving. I can't take it. Call it my ego, say I'm insecure. I don't care what anybody says. I can't take that. I cannot. I'm crying. Like, not as soon as I walk out. Come on now. Like, I didn't even open my mouth. Like, it's one thing if you don't like, I don't know, you don't like where I work, or, you know, maybe some opinions I have. But as soon as I walk out, I saw one time this guy walked out, every single woman popped their balloon. I was like, And y'all gonna have to strike this from the record. I can't have this living on the internet for the rest of my life. I can't do it. I can't do it. Did you see that someone made a cartoon of him as a Ninja Turtle? I'm weak. I have not seen that. I have not. Oh my goodness. That he messed up going on that show. He really did. He should have just, that wasn't worth it. And then I heard he put up a GoFundMe because he lost his job. Like, boy, bye. Didn't you say you had $100K to pull out the bank whenever you feel like it? Child. But I don't know. I just personally, like any of these dating shows, I'm in a relationship, so I'm not trying to do it anyway. But I just could not. I could not. Because there's a chance that I could go viral with any of these scenes. And I'm gonna tell you what's even worse. He's selling t-shirts. T-shirts that say what? People really have delusions of grandeur. Like, what are these t-shirts saying? Like, you have merch, really? In the words of Kenny JD, I prefer to keep my L's in private. Thank you. She was talking about Alexis and Colby on those. I feel like anybody that goes on an ultimatum, and I'm talking about every single couple, I don't care if they ended up getting married. I don't care if whatever. I don't care if it eventually works out. It is so embarrassing to have to bring somebody on a show to say, you better marry me by the end of this. That is so embarrassing. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if it's the American version, if it's the South African version. That is embarrassing. I will leave. Or, like you said, I will take my L in silence. I'm not going to tell the whole world. And I've been seeing people do this on TikTok too. Oh my goodness. I've been seeing so many women. There's like a TikTok trend right now where people pretty much are showing their wedding pictures, like how they first met, and then showing like a video of their wedding. And I've been seeing so many women upload a video of themselves crying, saying, I've been with my boyfriend for however long, 6 or 7, 8 years, and he still hasn't proposed to me. And I'm literally sitting up here crying watching this trend. So are you posting the video in hopes that you're going to shame him into proposing? Like, I couldn't handle the ultimatum. Oh, no. And then let's not even get into the premise of the ultimatum where you literally switch partners. I can't accept the fact that you haven't proposed to me. Now I'm going to see you live with another woman. I'm far too jealous for that. Like I'm far. I I don't think that would end well. They ain't learned from those shut up rings and vows. Be single. Be single. If this, like, if the man knows you want to get married and it's been so much time that has passed and you're begging him, you're telling him, you know, I want to marry you. If he's disregarding your feelings in that way, I would leave just for that alone. I would break up with that person and run. I can't handle it. I definitely can't handle it. I would never go. I gotta have some dignity. I gotta have some. I told my friend to watch the Ultimatum South Africa. He said he can't get behind the premise of the show. Low key, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Majority of these shows that I've been reviewing, like the Ultimatum, or even this show, I probably would not have watched or finished them had I not been reviewing them and making money from them. Because I don't agree with the Ultimatum. That's why I didn't review the first season. I just did not agree with it. I didn't, but then I was like, it's a check. Before I get off of here, I wanted to know, would y'all be interested in a review of Love is Blind Brazil? I think somebody on here did ask for a review on that, but I'm going to need more people to solidify that for me because I don't know. First of all, is it dubbed? If it's not dubbed, I'm probably not gonna do it because I need things to I need things to be dubbed for me. It's toxic, but it makes good TV. These are grown adults signing up, therefore I have the right to watch and laugh. Exactly. That's true too. They speak English. I don't know, but sometimes when they have foreign shows on Netflix, they have dubs over them. Because I've watched plenty of Korean shows. Alice in Borderland, The H Show. I watched a few Korean shows and they were dubbed. I don't know if they do that with other languages on Netflix. I haven't checked. But child, if it is, I might. Cause low key, after watching the Ultimatum South Africa, it kind of made me want to watch other versions of the US shows we have. So I can kind of see, like, I don't know, that South African version of the Ultimatum was good. It was real good and dramatic. But anyway, y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Shout out to the people that were in this live. This was fun. Make sure you look out for my review for Bridgerton Part 2. Also, I'm going to be reviewing the Fenty hair products, which I used in my hair today. I don't know if y'all can see my curls, y'all. My curls are super defined, more defined than usual. I'm not gonna say super defined because I like volume. So I frizz my hair up a little bit on purpose because I like for it to be a little bigger. But that's coming, and I'm also gonna be doing another video about everything surrounding Fenty Beauty again. Fenty hair. You know, all the controversy, people are having a lot to say. I want to talk about that too. So I watched the last season. It was dubbed. The voice actors were horrible though. Okay. The voice actors tend to be bad on those shows. I'm not even gonna lie. They tend to be pretty bad, but it gets the point across. Riri did it again. Yeah, she did. She did. I've been seeing some negative reviews. So I don't know. I don't want people to think that just because I was sent her products that I'm just giving a positive review. But I think y'all could see by looking at my hair. I wish I could feel it. Like my hair feels amazing. The curls are great. I was out in the sun in the humidity today, and my hair didn't shrink up too much. It kind of held those curls. So yeah, I don't want people to think that just because I was sent the products that I'm just gonna give a positive review. I'm gonna be honest, but I mean, I feel like the results speak for themselves. Is there anything else I need to say? I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this live. And yeah, y'all have a wonderful night. Bye.